So I've recently had some extra time on my hand being at home, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have had as well. And I'm pretty excited to show you guys what I've been working on here. I'm back in the modded city world again in a pretty cool mansion, but this is not where I'm gonna be showing to you guys today. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Now before we get into things, first of all, there's a mansion that I was building the other day just for fun. I'm not sure if I showed it to you guys or not, but it's right there. Last episode, I went over my top 5 world edit tips, which was good fun, but it's time to get back to business today. Not really. So I may have shown you guys this one as well. I think I did. This was like a work in progress last episode. Anyway, you can see that I've extended the mountain range here to start off with, and yes, you read the title correctly. There is an observatory. Before we get over there, I want to just quickly take you through this, and it's going to be really simple because there's nothing here to show you. But there's going to be houses all up in here. There's going to be maybe 2 up there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. There's going to be probably 1 up in there, 1 down there connected to that road, as well as 1 there and there, and that's about it. Okay, now that's all out of the way. That's going to be good fun, by the way. We're going to get to work on that. I have started on, first of all, I believe this is called the 404 in Los Angeles. Obviously, this is kind of based on Los Angeles. So that's what I was trying to do here. And this is going to be kind of the end of the hill, but not really, because it's just going to go right back up and head into like Beverly Hills, Hollywood, whatever those proper areas are. But what I decided to do, because what I saw on the map was the observatory, the Getty Observatory, I believe is what it's called. And I kind of built my own version of it. That's right, it's not 100% accurate to the real thing whatsoever. I've been here in real life, though, actually, so it was pretty cool to be able to kind of recreate my own version of it in the game. But then also, yeah, it's just kind of a really cool thing to put on the top of the hill here. I created a relatively flat spot. The hill will go up quite a bit higher back here and continuing throughout the rest of it. But this thing has turned out looking pretty cool. So let's check it out. It's not quite finished yet. Definitely not the interior. I think the rest of it is for the most part finished. I can't remember. Anyway, if we head down this way, we've got a lot of sand still. I got to still convert this over into grass and detail the mountain and whatnot, but that will happen later. But we head over here into, and again, the highway will be running right here. We'll head into the big parking garage, which is just down here at the bottom. This will probably have some elevators in it or whatever that would take you up to the top floor right here, which is where you would actually go ahead and enter onto the tram, which is right here. That gets you to the top of the observatory. So I built this really nice little tram thing on the side of the mountain, or what will be the mountain, I suppose. It looks really ridiculous right now because it's all sand. But this whole thing will be like a big, huge mountain back here, so you won't even really notice it. It'll just look like a really cool bit of the land. But I do still have to figure that all out. Anyway, we land into this nice little spot right here, which is kind of where you get off the tram, I guess. And then we enter into this big platform. The real observatory in real life is kind of on the top, or not the top, but it's on like this kind of bump out part of the mountain, so you can actually see all the way around. Like you could even look back at houses back here, because it's all like kind of on the mountain, doesn't start to like back here, for example, so you could see back in all the hills. So it's not exactly accurate in that sense, but anyway, yeah, so I've got this nice little patio area over here, maybe put a couple chairs on it. Got this nice little area in here, which I'll probably make into a restaurant. What has happened over here? What a mess. There we go. I think that seals it all up. No, it doesn't. There's been some sand that's fallen, apparently. This is going to be probably some sort of restaurant area, but let's just head into the main thing right here. If you head right up here, you see the main sort of entrance. This is going to be the main building. I didn't actually mean to put this floor in. I got to take that out. Yeah, I want this to be a big 2-story entrance, so not sure why I did that. Hold on, I forgot we have world edit. Let's see it without the, what? Unknown list of commands. This isn't good. Oh, it's because I put a capital in it. But yes, we have world edit here, which of course can help us clean things up quite a bit. And bam, now we have a 2-story little entrance right here. There's going to be staircases on both sides, but let's get out to the actual like kind of exciting part. There's this big entrance which I saw on like the real observatory, which you kind of walk through. I tried to replicate it here. It's not amazing, I know, but it kind of does the trick. Anyway, there's this little side part here that you can come out and view down onto the highway, which will be running all through here. I'm going to try to consolidate the highway a little bit more, make it a little bit closer to this road, and then have the mountain that's on the other side start immediately to kind of like minimize the gap in between these two mountains. But yeah, then we get into a couple other cool buildings here. I just tried to separate and plan out as many different little buildings as I could, because that's what it kind of looked like in real life. There's this little walkway on the side in real life, which you can walk down right here, which is kind of what this is supposed to be. Not an amazing representation, but it kind of works. Again, this is our own version. Everything in this world is supposed to be our own version and interpretation, so I think this has turned out pretty well. They also had these in real life, these little like circles that you could like sit in or look through, I suppose. So that was a cool feature. This area over here is a cantilevering bit. I'm not sure if they have this in real life either, but I did add it here because it looked pretty boss. So that's that, and it looks, I think it looks decent. Yeah, if we continue down here, this is all sort of built-in parts. We'll walk around here. They have a big water thing, or water feature in real life. Now, this is not complete. I'm going to have to add grass. By the way, this entire thing is not complete. There's lots of work that has to be done, obviously, on the inside. But then as well with like adding benches, trees, and grass. There's going to be lots of grass on these platforms here. I just don't know whereabouts to put them yet. These will probably be mainly grass, though, with just like walkways around the outside of them. So that's what that's going to probably end up being. Yeah, this is the upper deck, though, which also allows you to go into this building, which we'll get into in a second. Really nice view from out here, though. I can't wait until this is all sort of filled in and we can start to see the downtown area, which I guess will be somewhere back in there. But this is looking really good already. Head down these stairs. There's this nice little interior area, which I kind of think is like in the real one as well. And you walk out on the lower level deck, which just kind of goes along like this. Another viewpoint, I suppose. Might add some more detail out here. Again, grass and whatnot, some little flowers and like plants. I know in the real one there's a lot of like flower gardens and whatnot. If we head into this building, though, this is a pretty cool one as well. I'm not even going to go to the bottom floor. But if we head up into here, you can sort of see that this is like a really cool viewpoint as well, especially out of the corner. And I've even added a nice deck right out here for the tourists or whoever can go out on. Actually, now after I've built this, I've realized that that deck is like 2 blocks higher than the regular floor. I guess we'll just have to create some stairs or something up to it. But this is a pretty cool view in here, and you can get a look at some of the houses once they're all done. For anybody that's new here, by the way, this is what we've been working on this series, but this is a much more completed version of the hills. It will look more like this. It's not going to look as derpy as it does right now with all the random sand and missing blocks. It'll look a little bit more something like this, more complete and whatnot, but that is much further in where we hit the observatory. Okay, so what do you guys think? Did I do a half-decent job on this project? I'm kind of thinking that it turned out okay. I kind of forgot to show you guys a couple things. There's a waterfall here, which I'm not sure if I will keep. This little room, which is nothing. You walk down here, and there's a nice little walkway back down to where you started, to where you can take the tram down to the ground. So, yeah, that's about it. Again, a pretty basic start. This took way too long for what it is. But anyway, it's turned out okay. I would bet you I've spent probably 5-6 hours just on this alone. And it's just a couple basic buildings and a little deck. But it definitely turned out pretty awesome, and I'm happy with how it turned out. If you guys like this, let me know down below maybe what your favorite part is, or if you have any suggestions as to how I can make it better. I would really appreciate that advice, as always. But yeah, I think it's just overall a really cool project. I just want to make give it its own video because I felt like it was worth it to some extent. And I think that I will continue to improve it and give you guys updates throughout the regular episodes. Monday, though, we'll be back to building probably a new mansion because there's so much room to build these little mansions. So we'll be back doing that. Anyway, I'm going to end today's video there. If you guys did enjoy it, please remember to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in the next video.